Hey there everyone, it's Holly from Start Point Media Group. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, I am talking to you all about video. I have so many clients that always tell me about their apprehensions about creating videos for their Facebook pages or any other online platform that they have because they are just terrified to do video. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. So I wanted to put together this video to just give you some tips and tricks on what I do. And I will tell you a little bit of a backstory. I actually, years ago when I went to college, I was in print journalism and then decided I wanted to switch to broadcast journalism because I felt like I wanted to be in front of the camera. Well, after one semester of that and being in front of the camera, I realized I do not like to be in front of the camera, so I switched my major back to print journalism and was completely content staying behind the camera. But as we all know, with the growing in technology and the importance of standing in front of video, I had to embrace it and just jump in. So thank goodness for social media, right? So I will tell you, being in video is so important for you as a business owner because it connects you to your customer. And so I have some tips that I have learned along the way when it comes to video, and by no means do I say that I am the master of it, and you do not need a professional video team to do it because I don't have a professional video team. But I wanted to just give you some ideas on practical tips that I give all of my other clients when we talk to them, because it doesn't have to be that hard, and I think we overcomplicate it. So let me just give you some tips because I live in bullet points. So I have 8 different tips that I want to give you when it comes to doing a video. First of all, I want you to just give yourself permission to make mistakes. Video is just the best part about video when you're not doing it professionally is it doesn't have to be perfect. And in fact, I think people appreciate it when it's not perfection. People want to relate. Remember, social media, if you're posting videos on social media, people want it to be relatable. So you'll see sometimes I throw videos in there where I stumble over my words or I make mistakes. Most of the time when I do video, I just run once and then we go on. Now, way back when I first started doing this, I would go multiple times and it drove my family crazy. To do a 5-minute video, it took me at least 15 tries, and by the end I was even frustrated with the final result, but I still posted it anyway. So give yourself permission to make mistakes, and if you need to do it a couple times around, definitely do that. But don't feel like you have to have perfection and it has to be beautiful. Now, granted, there's a level of excellence that you want to have when it comes to your videos, because remember, you are representing your business, so you want to give the best representation of your business. So you don't want to be a mess while you're on the video. But that is just, I want you to give yourself permission to make mistakes. It happens. And if you upload it and you realize you think it's silly and people are giving you a hard time on your Facebook page about it, just delete it, move on, and then learn from that experience. So that's number 1. Give yourself permission to make mistakes. Second, I want you to have a general outline of what you want to talk about. Pay attention to when you have conversations with your customers, as far as coming up with topics for your video idea. What are some questions that people ask you about all the time? I'm doing this video on how to do this because people ask me questions about how do I do video all the time. So that's what I do with video. So when it comes to your product or service, do videos based on what your clients and customers are always asking you about. That's the topic that you can use. I would say have an outline when it comes to talking, just different talking points. Don't memorize anything. That would be my 3rd suggestion. Don't be a robot when you do video. You want to be relatable. You want to talk to people, the people that would be watching your video, like they would be your customers coming into your store or on the phone or even through email. You want to be as authentic and genuine as possible. You want to use words that make sense to your customers. Having been in banking for years, we have acronyms for everything. I can't go up to a customer and use acronyms with them. We need to have relatable context and when we talk to people, and it's really important that we are relatable when it comes to whatever videos and information that we provide on our videos. Okay, so we're talking about give yourself permission to make mistakes. Have a general outline. Don't memorize. You don't want to be a robot when it comes to your videos. Okay, 4th, I want you to look at your surroundings wherever you want to go when it comes to your video. I want you to look at the surroundings. You want the background of your video to be something that's a representation of your business. So let's just say you own a business from home. The last thing you want to do is, if you're talking about a product or a service that you offer, is to be in the middle of your living room with a bunch of toys or a huge mess in the background. It's a poor representation of you. It's a poor representation of your business. Just take a look around. I'm not saying it has to be perfect, but just find a spot that has a generally nice. It can be a bookcase like me. I have a tree. I have some stuff. This is my office. So this is where I do all my videos, and I did it purposefully because I want to know what the backgrounds are. So when you decide what video where you want to have your video taken at, just take a look at the background, make sure it's a good representation of you and your business. So I think it's important. Even when you're at a shop, if you have a brick and mortar store, you can do a video in your shop while people are busy behind you, but just make sure that you have video or you have an audio level where you don't sound muffled, that your video, we can hear you. That's really important as well, okay? Next, I want you to consider that. I think we're on 5 now. So next, I want you to consider what you're wearing. I always suggest wear what you would wear to a meeting with your client. Okay, if you are a farm implement person, you don't need to dress up and wear a 3-piece suit. Okay, what do your clients, if you meet with a client, if you have somebody come into your store, what do you wear? That's all you have to do. Again, I want you to make sure that you are representing your business in the best possible way. Anytime I do videos like this, I am meeting with it. You guys are my clients. I'm meeting with my client, and so I don't show up with my hair in a ponytail and I just worked out. I just don't, because I want anybody who's watching this video to be, you are a client of mine, and I want to represent you well. I'm coming to your living room. I'm coming into your phone or your office. And so it's a meeting for me. And that's why I wear what I wear. I'm always very cognizant about that. So your surroundings, what you're wearing, those are just some topics. And I'm not saying you have to be fancy by any stretch of the imagination. I get it. We all want to be relatable. It's entirely up to you. However you want to do it is up to you. It's just something to consider. And your audience, you know your audience better than anybody else. And so I trust you. But that's just an idea. Some people they don't think about that. And so I always like to throw that out. Okay. Next, I want to give you an idea of try to record your videos in different locations. Some locations are better than others because you're more comfortable in other areas. For a while, I was recording videos in my living room, but I was jeopardizing my entire household when it came to my videos, and I was making sure everybody was quiet, nobody could run around, and I would do all of these video recordings, and somebody would ring the doorbell, and it just became a huge mess. I mean, let's be honest, let's bring life into this whole aspect. So you choose a spot that's more comfortable for you. And honestly, when I moved into my office, it was the best thing I could have ever done because I can just close the door to all the noise and you guys don't hear any of it. And I can kick my dog out too, so that's kind of nice as well. So change your surroundings, change it up a bit, just to kind of try things out and see what works for you, where you're the most comfortable, where you feel like you can be yourself, you can represent yourself well, you can connect with your audience better. Just another tip. And then my final tip would be choose different ways to record it. This was one thing that it was really kind of a struggle for me. I was always recording my videos on my phone, and I had a little stand that I was constantly dealing with, and I really struggled with that. And it would take, not kidding, like I said, 15 times to make a video work. Now, granted, I was in my living room and trying to keep my family quiet, so that was part of it too. But when I got a new laptop, I was able to use my web camera on my computer, and it was so much easier because I was in a consistent place. I didn't have to set up my camera all the time. All I have to do is pop open my computer and go. And then I'm right here. All I have to do is click buttons and I'm done. So try different ways of recording. If it's an iPad, if it's your phone, whatever means that you have to do it, give it a shot and try different things. because you'll find that you're more comfortable with other things. So there you go. Those are all of my tips that I have learned along the way to just encourage you to do some fun videos. Okay, I'll give you a recap. Okay, 1, we want to give ourselves permission to make mistakes. 2, we want to have a general outline of what you want to talk about. You don't want to memorize it and sound like a robot. You want to be as genuine as possible because you want to engage with your audience. 4th, you want to look at your surroundings before you do a video. You don't want to have messy backgrounds. Whatever in your background needs to be a representation of your business, the best representation of your business that you possibly can do. 5, wear something that you would be comfortable in and that you would use to meet with your clients. Your client base is different than my client base, so you can choose whatever you want. Just put that into consideration as well. Number 6, try recording in different locations to see which one is more comfortable for you. Less distractions, less stress, no situations that would just come in and mess you up. Those are some ideas. Try a camera versus a computer. Try different ways to record your video. It could be an iPad, it could be your phone, it could be a computer, whatever you want to do. That is how you can give that a shot as well. And finally, I just want you to practice. You just practice. The more that you do it, the better that you're going to go. So I hope these tips helped you. Which one helped you the most? Put it in the comments below, and I can probably relate to you on that. So I look forward to seeing you next time when we do another video. Have a great day.